Hi, and thanks for joining us for another one of Family Marines videos. My name is Tom, and today we're back in the showroom, and we're going to take a look at a brand new model from Barletta. It's called a C20QC. And, oh, by the way, let me back up a second. If you're in the market for a new pontoon or a used pontoon, check out our YouTube channel. We have a whole bunch of videos on there that'll give you a lot of really good information on what pontoon might suit your needs the best, whether it's a twin tube or a triple tube, what horsepower you might need, whether you want sea legs or whether you want a trailer. There's just a plethora of information on our YouTube channel. So if you go to YouTube and you type in the search bar Family Marine Willmar, that'll bring you to our icon. And you click on our icon, that'll bring you to our home page. And when you're on our home page, across the top, it'll say valuable buyer information. And there's a whole bunch of videos in there that you could watch and help educate yourself on what might suit your needs the best. So, with that being said, oh, by the way, if you'd like to subscribe, please do. We could use all the subscribers that we can get. So, we're going to talk about a C20QC. So what Barletta does is they make three different levels of pontoons. They make the L class, the E class, and the C class. Now, I hope you don't think that this C class is an entry-level pontoon. It is not. It is by far from an entry-level pontoon. It happens to be Barletta's lowest price model, but we carry another brand of pontoons for those of you who may be interested in a more price-sensitive pontoon. This is a very well-built pontoon. The materials that they use, the construction techniques that they use, it's fantastic. If you're interested in learning about Barletta's construction, check out my YouTube channel. We did some really good videos on the chassis construction of a Barletta. It's amazing the way that they put these things together. Now, this is a triple tune. The boat comes standard as a twin tube, but we ordered it in with the center tube, the full-length center tube. And I want to talk about center tubes for a second. There's many different styles of center tubes. The lowest priced entry-level center tube is called a sport tube. And it's really a 3/4 length center tube. So it goes from the bow about 3/4 of the way back, and then the boat would have the traditional transom, the V transom, that normally comes with a 2-tube boat. That's the least expensive type of center tube that there is. This does not have that. This has a full-length center tube that goes all the way from the bow to the back. And as you'll see on this particular model, it sticks out the back a bit. And you can see our lifting strakes on each side of the center tube and on the inside of the outer tube. And then underneath there is underdeck sheeting to help keep the splashing down. And actually adds about 2 miles an hour to the top speed of the boat. And it also comes with hydraulic steering as all part of the triple tune package. Okay, this particular one we ordered in graphite gray with, this is called champagne. So the two look really, really good together. I'm very happy with the combination of those two colors. Then we added what we call a blackout package. This is anodized aluminum. Normally Barletta's, just like everybody else that's on the market, has the regular aluminum rails just like this one does. The option, of course, is to add the blackout package where they put the black dye in the anodizing and this aluminum is anodized. So you get the black rails here, you get the black rub rail, you get the black skirting underneath here, and you get the black frame for the power bimini. What was that, power bimini? Yeah, even Barletta's entry-level pontoon, their C models, come standard with a power electric bimini top. That's awesome. So again, the center tube, as you can see, this is a full-length center tube. It extends all the way out beyond the back of the pontoon. One of the first things that you'll notice about the transom or the stern of a Barletta is every Barletta has a very large extended swim platform on the back of the pontoon. Oh my gosh, this is huge and it's really, really important. The first time I had one of these extended swim platforms was probably 7-8 years ago, and I just fell in love with it. There's so much room back here for the kids to be climbing up and down, for people to be boarding or debarking, for you to put your cover on, for you to check your engine oil. there's just 100 reasons why an extended swim platform is very, very nice to have. Everybody today is asking for this. Now, also part of the Triple Tune package is a Sceeto Pylon. Okay, although a Sceeto Pylon is an option on a twin tube, it's standard when you get the center tube. Here's our gas fill. This happens to be a 36-gallon fuel tank. And as I mentioned, these hoses here are for the hydraulic steering. Okay, now, if you were to upgrade to a 200 horsepower motor, you would also get power assist steering, which is on top of the hydraulic steering. But because this boat is packaged with a 150, it has just a hydraulic steering, which is a wonderful thing to have. It makes the steering of the boat so much easier when you have hydraulic steering. You can also see the stainless steel telescopic boarding ladder. Okay, now we're inside the boat. You know, I forgot to mention one thing when we're outside. Barletta measures their boats a little bit differently than what other manufacturers do. The length overall, tip to tip on this pontoon, is 22 feet. Now, most companies would call it a 22-footer. But because this boat has 20-foot pontoons, Barletta calls it a 20. Okay? So the C, of course, is the L, E, and C. The 20 represents as a 20-foot pontoon, which is really 22. The Q represents quad seating. What that means is bench seat with a chase lounge, bench seat with a chase lounge, and 2 more in the back. All right? The C represents that it has the co-pilot's chair. Normally, this boat would have a bench that would come all the way to the gate, but we like the C models because the gals are telling us that they want to have their own swivel reclining captain's chair next to their husband. So if the two of you just go on a cruise, it's nice to have both of you side by side so you can converse. The gals can swivel their seat. They can recline it. Armrests flip up and down. So it's really nice to have. And then on top of that, you've got a couple of cup holders over here with a USB jack so she can charge your cell phone. And below that is a little storage net. Now, obviously, underneath the bench seats, there's storage. There's storage as a trash can under here. And this is a really nice feature. This is a table, a pop-up table. So you can open this up. You can swing down your legs. There's 2 of them. I'm just going to do one. And now you got a nice table. Isn't that kind of nice? Easily stores away. Shorten your leg. Put the leg in the clip, close the door. Now, on this particular one, we had the option of the in-floor ski storage locker added. Now, this is quite a bit larger than what the door indicates. The door indicates that it's only 3 feet long, but it goes all the way from here, all the way up to about here. I think it's 7 feet long. So we've got plenty of room down there for skis, life jackets, etc., etc. Some people really like this. Yes, that is a pet food tray. That's kind of nice, isn't it? Cup holder, interior light. Now, underneath the bench seats up front, there's 2 speakers, 1 on each side. There's also a USB jack for charging your cell phone underneath the bench seat. And you'll notice how Barletta finishes off the bottom of their seat bases with vinyl. So many manufacturers today leave this raw plastic. And it just doesn't look very attractive. Barletta puts a nice vinyl down there. Vinyl accent matches the accents in the seats. Of course, in the back of the boat, we have a couple of bench seats, 1 on each side, cup holder, storage, more storage, speakers underneath. This side has a USB jack for, again, charging your cell phone. And of course, as I talked about, the electric power bimini. Very nice to have. Here's our playpen cover that is standard with the boat. Of course, there's tent poles that hold the playpen cover up, so if it rains out, the water sheds off the playpen cover. Okay, the helm itself. Very attractive looking steering wheel. This, of course, is a 5-position tilt wheel. Here we have a tachometer that has a built-in voltmeter and a built-in fuel gauge. And that little gray area down there, that's an LCD screen for your digital hour meter. It tells you how many engine hours you have on your motor. Of course, we don't have miles on pontoons, we have engine hours. Over here is our GPS-driven speedometer, so we don't have to worry about pitot tubes hanging out the back of the boat. And then, of course, there's our trim gauge that tells us what angle our outboard motor is. Nice Hertz sound system, AM, FM, Bluetooth. Over on the other side, we have a cell phone holder. We have another jack for USB and 1/8 inch. This one is hooked to the stereo, so if you want to play your music from your phone, you plug it into here, or Bluetooth works also. And then, of course, we have all of our switches for our horn, navigation lights, etc., etc. Here's our control box. Here's our switch for up and down on our power bimini top. Down below that, we have a power outlet, and of course, the all-important cup holders. Now, the flooring in this boat matches the vinyl quite well. Because the vinyl is gray, there's some gray in the flooring. The accents in the seats are black, so there's some black in the flooring. But the thing I like about it is it's not too dark and it's not too light. See, the darker colored floorings get hot. I mean, they can get really hot in the summer. Where the lighter colored floorings show the dirt so terribly bad. So what we want to do is try to get a neutral color with our flooring so it doesn't get hot and it doesn't show the dirt very bad. So thank you very much for taking the time to watch our little video. I hope that you found this to be a really, really nice pontoon, and if you're interested in it, please feel free to give us a call. Our phone number is area code 320-222-BOAT. That's 222-2628. Our website, of course, is familymarineboats.com. And again, I talked about YouTube. Check us out there. And we're also on Facebook. So again, thank you very much for watching.